really take aspects of the real world and embed them into your story. Like, what is something that inspires you, or like maybe not inspires, but like you're captivated by, that has happened or is happening, that you want to write about. So today we are going to continue on the theme of story development tips, and specifically today we are going to talk about how to create effective world building. And this is a topic that I love because there's a lot of really interesting principles and a lot of interesting methodology behind this, and to each their own. Because world building, like, everyone's writing process is super different, and I love learning about people's writing processes. And here's what I've done in my personal writing. Every character in the story needs to have an arc, even if they're not the main character. And even better, the secondary characters need to have lives outside of the main character, because I cannot stand stories where everything revolves around the main character and it's as if the secondary characters are only there to support the main character's plotline, and that's just not realistic, because everyone in the real world, when you think about it in terms of like real life, like, everyone is the main character of their own story, and you could be a secondary character in someone else's story, but you yourself are still on your own journey. So have an arc, a plot arc for the other characters, and throw snippets of scenes or dialogue, or just something that shows that even they are on their own path and they're progressing toward it, because it'll be much more effective. Like, it'll be much more real and grounded when you do stuff like that. The second thing that has really influenced the way I write in trying to create effective world building is learning about real world politics and real world bureaucracy. Something that I have really explored in my personal writing, my book to be, is office politics and just like political games, and how there's a lot of compromise that takes place in terms of trying to pursue what seems to be the greater good. So that's a concept that I have taken from the real world to put into the world that I have created. So really take aspects of the real world and embed them into your story. Like, what is something that inspires you, or like maybe not inspires, but like you're captivated by, that has happened or is happening, that you want to write about. And the third thing is that this is especially true if you're writing like fantasy or science fiction, or like something that's futuristic, like steampunk, whatever. But it's like, understand the cause and effect of the technology or the magic system or the laws of your world. Like, understand how all that works. Like, if you're writing an urban fantasy, how does the magic system work within the more modern setting? If you're writing a sci-fi, like a futuristic sci-fi, how has technology affected the people, and like, what's the stratification of technology? Because not everyone has access to the same technology, guys. Like, let's just be real. So what's the stratification of technology access in your futuristic novel? When it comes to the laws, what kind of laws have been created within your story to mitigate the effects of abuse of the magic system or of the technology? And how are those laws in your story bent to either further or hinder the plot? So those are my top 3 tips on how to create effective world building. Let me know in the comments below if this is helpful. If it is helpful, like this video and subscribe to the channel, because I would like to create more content like this, and it really helps when there is engagement on the videos. So let me know if this is helpful. Let me know what your favorite world building tips have been. Like, have you been told any really good advice that you've taken in your personal writing? I would love to know. But without further ado, that's all I have, and I will see you in the next video.